Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for support if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right, all right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Shiba Inu's time. My Shiba Inu top price for 2024. I'm going to keep a really conservative price. It's the same price that we basically gave last year. Um, and we didn't even come nowhere close to it, right? And we know why, because the dev team, right? So we know why. We know why we didn't come close to any of the ship goals last year, because of two entities, the ship dev team and the WEF. We understand that. We're not going to talk about that anymore. We get it. We get it. We get it. All right. So but this year's different, and this year, not yet, but that's very soon. We're about to have the auto burns kick in. And look, the auto burns are only really for the money that's sitting there in the Shibarium wallet. Because if you go to that Shibarium wallet and you see the gas fees, I mean, the gas fees are like 10 zeros and a one. So there's no more money coming into that Shibarium wallet unless we get really big transactions into the 10 million a day range, right? 10, 20, 15, 20 million a day range in transactions, which will then skyrocket the gas fees, right? And then we can get some money pouring in there. But until that happens, nobody's using Shibarium, to the point where the gas fees are going to be that high where we can get money pouring into the community pool. So all we really have to base on is the Shiba Inu Shiba Swap liquidity pool, like liquidity that they can use to burn tokens as well, or the Shibarium wallet that already has the 800,000, 900,000 tokens, depending on what price Bone is right now, right? I think Bone, I don't even know, Bone's at 56 cents or something. So that means that the wallet is down to about $800,000 in it. It was it was 1 million, right? It was 1 point something million. And then all of a sudden, Bone, the Shib army decides to dump Bone and destroy their own burns on their own burn wallet, the Shibarium burn wallet price, right? So, which was that was not good, right? But I don't think it was just the Shib army. I think it was the markets as well, Grayscale dumping and everybody dumping. The ETF dumps, the ETF post ETF dumps, sell the news event, and then also the Grayscale and Sam Bankman-Fried dumping as well. So that all caused it as well to go down. But I think before that, the Shib army was dumping bone. They were selling their bones, right? So. Um, instead of buying bone, they were selling bone. They were doing the complete opposite. I was saying we got to be buying bone here to support the Shib burns. If we want Shiba Inu to really burn and get into the pennies, we should be buying bone, right? And because the higher bone goes, the higher that money is in the Shibarium wallet. Instead, we were selling off bone, and so the money that's sitting in the wallet went from $1 million to $800,000, right? And if Bone keeps selling off, then it's going to go down to $700,000, and we're not gonna have as much money as we thought to swap over and to buy to burn Shib, right? So. And then, of course, there was rumors that the dev team is going to get a cut of that. I don't know if that's true or not. That better not be true, right? That should be, that money in that wallet should be completely for burns, right? Because their cut is going to be if they own Shib, which they should. They're the dev team, but a lot of them don't own Shib out, we were told, right? some of them do, some of them don't. And look, they have the right not to own SHIB, but that doesn't make any sense if you're the Shibarium, if you're the SHIB Army Dev team, right? So so I don't know, but anyways, that's what's going on, and that's where we are right now, and we have to we're gonna take it from there, right? So the auto burns is expected to be announced here within the next, I don't know, 3 4 days. They said it's going to launch end of January. Let's see if that actually happens or not. It could be February 1st or February 2nd. I don't know. It could take a little longer, maybe, who knows? But they're saying they were going through the testing of PuppyNet. So let's see if they actually launch this thing on January 31st, which is the same day Jerome Powell's speaking, right? So that'll be a perfect day to do it, right? So to get things going. Okay, so I could say ships going to 2 cents or 1 cent, like what's his name? Like Mac Praise said, he saw he was seeing things at 2 cents or 1 cent there or 2 cents, and other people were saying the same thing. I could say that, but I'm going to be more conservative in the video. I'm going to get the price that we talked about last year, and God told Apostle last year. But anyways, so right now we have SHIB all time highs is ridiculous. 677,000 all times for all time percentage here, which is insane because we're way down here, not up here. So what the freak is it up here? You know what I mean? Like up here, it's like 3 4 5 million% up. I mean, that's just unbelievable. This was a hidden gem by Ryoshi and them, and unfortunately, we've had some bad actors come on in and waste people's time and energy, but it is what it is. Hopefully that's over now, and we're now ready to get going again. And that's for all these tokens, man. Same thing can be said about Theta. Same thing can be said about a bunch of these tokens, man, that have been sitting here for XLM. Stellar Lumens. Like there's a XRP, but they're fighting a battle with the SEC, so that's a little bit different. But it's a bunch of tokens that are literally haven't done anything in almost 3 years. Think about that, folks. The entire universe decided that these coins are just going to be flat for 3 years. No, that did not happen, folks. That doesn't happen that way. What happens is greedy bankers and central bankers and elitists and cabalists come together and they put tools and they implement tools like futures market, leverage trading, illegal shorting, naked shorting, bot trading, and they put these things in there and then they dump derivative tokens and coins on top of these plays so that when you buy, your buy doesn't have any effect on the price, right? And so that this is why we saw people buying on Coinbase and buying and buying and buying, and SHIB was actually down today. And then you look at the buy and sell, it's like 99% buys today, 1% sell, and it was still down 3% that day. That's how they do these things, right? They use their tools. The world did not agree to keep SHIB down for 3 years. You know what I mean? Since November 2021, that we didn't decide on that. They did, right? The powers that should not be. They decided to keep it down for 3 years using their tools. Okay. Um, and the crazy part, I mean, the sad part about it is that people feel hopeless. People literally feel hopeless. A lot of people have sold their ship. That's exactly what they wanted you to do, by the way. That's why they do these things. They suppress them so that when they're ready to run it, nobody's in it but them, right? And so they use their tools to suppress the price, they force people out of it, and then they run it up when they see that the numbers let everybody has gotten out that they want to get out. and then they run it up, and then everybody has to chase, and then you barely make any money. You might make 7,000 instead of making 7 million. You only make 7,000, and then they make 70, 80, 900 million, 3 billion, because they were in at the bottom as you were getting out, right? And this is what they do over and over and over again, right? So, and sometimes it's a 1 year cycle, sometimes it's a 2 year cycle, sometimes it's a 3, 4, 5 year cycle, right? So, and this is what they do, right? We saw it with Ethereum, Dogecoin, the list goes on and on. These guys do these things all the time to tokens, right? And coins. Okay. So, I think it was even sadder when when we realized that what was going on with the ship dev team and the the WEF. That was even sadder. That made people even more upset and pissed off, and really that really disappointed a lot of people. But it is what it is. That was last year. That was last several years. We're in 2024 now. Let's move forward. Let's move on. It's a fresh start, and let's get going here on SHIB. Now, SHIB looks like it's stuck in the mud, like it's buried under the ground, and that the only thing that's going to be able to save it is either massive burns or God Himself pulling it out of the the dirt, right? Looks like it's been buried alive under. I don't even know how many tokens, fake ship tokens are out there. There's probably, because we have 589 trillion ship tokens, there's probably like, I don't even know. I mean, it could be literally 900 quintillion tokens out there, fake ship tokens that are suppressing the price of Shiba Inu. Think about that. Think about that. And a lot of it's through, futures trading and leverage short trading, 1,000x leverage short trading on Shiba Inu, using other people's money and loans to suppress the price of Shiba Inu. And the bots could be doing it as well with fake tokens, and all shorting Shiba Inu and suppressing the crap out of it with fake tokens. And so this is what happens, right? And so we're in a position where we need to start burning Shiba Inu like we've never burned before. Okay, so here we go. So we got the auto burns is going to start. The only problem with the auto burns is that there's only $800,000 in there in the wallet now. Like, and it's not growing. It's getting, So if the burn, like if the gas fees were at 1 or 2 cents or 5 cents, and we were growing the wallet, that's different. But it's 10 zeros and a one. Wallet ain't growing. So that means when we burn this 800,000, what's next? Like, we're not going to get any. We don't. The gas fees isn't good, right? So I'm hoping that what happens is when we start burning these tokens, that that volume starts to pick up on Shibarium, that people get excited about Shiba Inu again, and they actually start using the platform. They actually start using the ecosystem, and then they start creating new tokens. They start minting new tokens and new tokens on the Shibarium platform, and this creates excitement. And people come on in. Every time we're burning, it's creating excitement for people to make new tokens and make new coins and make new projects on the Shibarium, and this is causing the gas fees to rise. And as the gas fees rise into the crazy, I mean, last time we maxed out at $100 per every 5 seconds that was going into the Shibarium wallet. So I would love to see that again. But I think we need to, once we start burning, the excitement will come back to the Shibarium tokens, to bad idea and bone and everything else. I think once we get the burns going, the excitement will come back to the blockchain and the ecosystem of Shiba Inu. But they definitely messed up. They definitely messed up, and I'm hoping that this year they correct their wrongs, because they could see for their own eyes that me and Matthew Perry and Apostle Solomon and Clay Bro and everybody else that has been very critical on them last year were right, right? Because look at the results, right? And so this year, though, there's no, I'm not trying to go in on them at all. I'm trying to just say, hey, let's go. Last year's last year, this year's this year. Let's get it done. Okay. And if the dev team decides, nah, we're not trying to pump SHIB and we're not trying to get SHIB price to go up, well, then the community needs to step in and do it themselves, right? And that could be done through burn parties or anything else that the community wants to do, right? So the community has to do it, because what you don't want is a community that sits here and rots in a price that doesn't go anywhere, right? So okay, so let's talk about my top price for 2024 and what I think it's going to go to. So you can see the year we're down 23 on the year, on the last 12 months. And then we have 1 month we're down 14, and then 7 days we're down. Everything's down, 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 down. We have an auto burn about to be released that is in testnet right now, and we're down on everything. Does that even make that? This should tell you right there. No, nobody has any belief in this. Like, the markets are up today, apparently, and SHIB's down with an auto burn about to start. This is how you tell you. This is what tells you that the SHIB army doesn't even care. They don't even believe that these people are actually going to get this done. This is a telling sign to the SHIB dev team that you've messed up. You know what I mean? Like, because you have an auto burn coming, launching here in a couple of days, and the price is going down. Like, nobody gives a crap. That should tell you everything you need to know, right? Volume is up though. At least the volume's up, but the price is going down. So that means a lot of it sells. With an auto burn coming, this thing should be skyrocketing with an auto burn. We should be over one, and we should be heading towards two as people push in for the auto burns that are coming. And that's not happening. So people have lost faith in Shiba Inu and the dev team and all the influencers, because they're tired of waiting, and they're going to other projects that are moving faster for them, right? And unfortunately, that's exactly what the WEF and others wanted you to do and wanted us to do, right? So get out of SHIB, and then when everybody's out of SHIB, then we'll pump it up, and then we will make millions, not you, right? All you people that held for that so long gave up at the last second, right? And that's what they want. Same thing they did with Dogecoin, right? And a lot of us weren't in it at the end there when Elon Musk came in. So let's see what happens here. All right. So my top price for Shiba Inu in 2024 is going to be a conservative price of well, it's not conservative. It's actually a good price, but it's the same price we've been talking about for since last year. So and maybe even in 2022 we talked about it as well, right? It's 0.003. So that is actually a good price. Now, of course, if we had a one here, it'll still be a good price though. Still be a 300x, So anyway, so here it is. 0.003 is my price for 2024. All right, 2024. Shiba Inu price of 0.003. I'm going to be conservative here on this top price, and it's still a good price though. I mean, what are we at, 5 zeros and a 9, and I'm talking about 2 zeros and a 3. That is really awesome. Okay, so if you hold 100 million tokens, let's say you had 100 million tokens of Shiba Inu, because most of you guys probably have 100 million tokens right by now. And if you don't have 100 million SHIB tokens, and you've been watching my videos for 4 years or 3 years on Shiba Inu, something's wrong, right? So I mean, you've had time to get. I mean, $10 a week would have got you 100 million tokens by now, right? So for the last 3 years. So if you've been watching my videos and you don't have 100 million SHIB tokens by now, something's wrong, right? So, yeah, I mean, unless you sold half of it because of the dev team last year and me going in on everybody last year, then that's, well, look, I'm not your financial advisor. You got to do your own thing, right? So, I still hold my tokens. I told you I was still holding my tokens, so I didn't tell nobody to sell, right? I even made videos saying, I'm not telling anybody to sell. I'm not selling. But anyways, it is what it is. We're all going to sell at some point, and we all have our own time frame, right? We all have our own time frame. At some point, we're all going to sell. At some point, everybody's going to sell Shiba Inu, right? at some point. So it could be this year, next year, whatever. At some point, everybody's going to sell and go into something else, or sell and cash out and go buy a home, or go pay off some debt, or whatever you're going to be doing, right? So at some point, everybody's going to sell. Um, but either way, so I have it 0.003 is my top price for 2024. And if you own 100 million SHIB tokens, Shiba Inu token, this is 100 million here, of course, at $1. Then it's 10 million here at 10 cents. It's 1 million at 1 cent, and then it's 100,000 at 0.001. So if you added three there, it's 300,000. And what God told Apostle was that it was going to go up to 0.003, where 100 million, each 100 million tokens you have was going to be worth $300,000. Remember that? That was 2022, I believe, when God told Apostle that it was going to go to 0.003. It's going to top out at 0.003, and every 100 million tokens you had would be worth 300,000. So that's where I'm going to stay with that target until we reach that target, right? Because why would God be saying these things specific like that? And then me come out here and say, well, it's going to 1 cent. Well, God said it was going to 0.003. Right now, could that expire, and something new happens because it was 2022? Yeah, it could. Maybe it ran out. Maybe prayers do expire, so maybe there's something new. Maybe God has a new target. Maybe 1 cent is a new target. Maybe it's 2 cents, because that's what a lot of people are seeing. Yeah, that could be possible, but we have to get past 0.003 before we get to 1 cent, right? So I think 0.003 this year. I think 1 to 2 cents next year. I did have a dream of it hitting 1 cent, right? And I told you I was watching Trader TV Live, and Sean was there with Brandon and Sean and Neil, and Sean, they were tracking it, and it hit one. It went past 1 cent, and Sean was like, bang. 1 cent Shiba Inu. So I seen it with my own, well, not in my own eyes, but I seen it in my spiritual eyes, right? So, and I saw who was calling it, right? So I was seeing who was calling the play by play, like Wrigley Fields, play by play. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what I think for Shiba Inu. Hope you guys are doing well. Here comes the auto burns. It looks like the Shiba army doesn't even care about the auto burns. They've heard this for so long, and they're not going to believe until it actually starts burning every day, the 25,000 at a time, and to gain some momentum. Then you're going to see everybody start talking about Shiba Inu and rushing in. They're going to be selling other projects, and they're going to be rushing in to buy Shiba Inu. This is why I warned the Shina community that if you don't move now, then you're gonna see if this auto burn goes live this week, and you haven't pumped yet, you well, it is way. There's nothing I mean, that's common sense, is that Sheena's gonna dump severely with other tokens, because everybody's gonna be rushing into Shiba Inu. So that's why I said Sheena needs to pump right now. Sheena needs to go before Shiba Inu, right? Sheena should be pumping. Bone should be pumping. Bad idea. These tokens need to start pumping now before the auto burn, because everybody's going to be loading, coming in the SHIB, and just the FOMO of Shiba Inu is going to go completely crazy. Prophet has said it was going to break the system, remember? So they're going to be burning this 800,000 that's in the wallet, and and it's going to be breaking. Apparently, it's going to be breaking the system. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. It's going to be break. I don't know what system they're going to be breaking either, but I don't know. But I think breaking the system means that it's going to be talked about everywhere, right? So they're going to be burning 25,000 a day, or 25,000 every two times a day, and it's going to be everywhere. Everybody will be talking about Shiba Inu, and everybody will be rushing to buy Shiba Inu. And they're not buying now, but well, they are buying now. It's up 26% in volume, but most of it is the sell volume, though, right? So most of it is sell volume as we absolutely crater here, right? We're only down 0.81, but that's because we were so up here. But from up here all the way down, we're down a lot today, right? We're down like 5% right now. Like if you take the top from down here, we started off here. That's why we're not down that much. We're down like almost 1%. But if you take the top from here to down here, we're down like 4 or 5% today. Like it's crazy. But anyways, and this is all with the auto burns coming. Look at this person right here. Oh, this is Times. Times is saying that auto burns are coming and that the ship price could hit point three zeros in a one, okay, and it can hit 2 zeros in a five, and it can also hit 1 cent. Yeah, I believe that. That is definitely true. But and yet everybody's dumping. Everybody's selling their Shiba Inu before that happened. That's interesting. So and I don't know. But anyways, it is what it is. We can't help people buying or selling. We just got to hold on to our positions and wait to see what happens. All right. Some of us got a little bit of SHIB, some of us got a lot of SHIB, some of us got in the middle. It is what it is, right? Some of us have other people holding our Shiba Inus, and some of us have promises from other people about Shiba Inu. If it hits a certain price, we will get a certain amount, right? People have promised me stuff, and I guess I've promised people stuff about not Shiba Inu because already delivered those tokens, right? But about Lunk, right? So I have promises out there for Lunk as well, right? So we got to make sure we keep our promises, right? Because you don't want to not keep your promises on these things as well, the airdrops and all the other things. So peace out, God bless, and I will see you guys in the next video. My top price for Shiba Inu in 2024 is 0.003. We're gonna do it again, and let's see if we can finally get there. All right, bye.